Hi there, this is Snow City Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. I want to thank all of my new subscribers and my new commenters and people who have been engaging with me in the comment section below. I really do appreciate your support. Today's topic is going to be, what do you need to know now? So what this is a reading where you're connecting with your spirit team, whether that is spirit guides, angels, ancestors, or past loved ones. Whatever guidance that you connect with, this should be channeling that energy into one of these piles. So at the end of this reading, I will have a yes or no option using the pendulum, so you can ask any question that you want, and this pendulum will give you a yes or no answer. And then I like to say that if you want to get a best 2 out of 3 to confirm this answer, you can go to one of the other piles and fast forward to the pendulum part and kind of test it against those. So I have 5 piles today. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Please take a deep breath, ask your spirit guides what message you need to know now, and pick a pile. Hi there, pile 1. This is your reading. So I split this up into a couple things. So what your spirit guides want you to know now, I decided to start it off with a problem. So whatever is going on in your life right now is being represented by these cards. This is kind of what's on your mind, what's plaguing you, what's giving you trouble. So I did pull a house card, and then I put it back in the deck because I only had 12 of them. So I did get the 5th house for this. So what that means is this is representing your area of children, gambles, romance, pleasure, creative expression, something of that nature. Though I feel like this is most strongly coming in as a risk, maybe something involving your children. I see that the 9 of Swords is here, the Death, and then the Wheel of Fortune. 9 of Swords can tell me this is you staying up late at night, you being concerned or worried. It could revolve around somebody's health. It could be your health declining because of something that has happened. Now, I do see the Death card here, and I feel like this could be in regards to not like a physical death, but a situation that has ended, though, which you may have maybe ended intentionally. It was a long time coming, something that you were concerned about, something that you knew would happen in the long run. The death is rarely like a surprise, so this could be a literal death if it's maybe somebody who's been sick for a very long time and they've passed, and you kind of expected it, though. That's the thing with the Death card, is you probably expected this. The only thing is, what you may not have expected was maybe some financial issues, bills, things like that. In some cases, some of you may have taken a risk on something, ended a relationship, or taken a risk on something and ended a job. Whatever it is, whether it was relationship or the job, I get a feeling that it is strongly linked to financial things, because we do have the 5th house, which is that gamble, that speculation, that sort of thing. Like, you thought that maybe this was the right answer, this was the answer to your problems. It could be, and maybe you're not really seeing the benefit to it yet. So, I want to see how this situation is affecting you. We have the Ace of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Wands, we have the 7 of Wands. So what this looks like to me is this, as a result of this thing that has happened to you, it's making you work harder for less pay in some cases. Oops, sorry, the Ace of Wands is upside down. You're working harder, making less, feeling stressed, and in some cases a lot of you are feeling like you're back at square one. All of your hard work has not paid off. You know, you have to start all over again. So some of you, maybe you got a divorce and now you have to start a family all over again. Or maybe some of you quit your job and now you're at another job and it's entry level and you're feeling very stuck and afraid. Some of you feel like for some of you, you had to spend your life savings or something on a really important matter, and you really wish you hadn't had to do that, but it's now put you back at a bank account of zero balance, you know? So that's kind of what I'm seeing here as far as stuff that is just bothering you, things that are really kind of taking hold of your mind right now and it's making your life miserable. You feel terrible. So what's your advice from Spirit? So we had TikTok, and these are also messages from Spirit. Now, something interesting that did happen was that the Queen and the King of Pentacles came out together, which is really rare when they come out one after the other. I don't usually see it that often. But the King and Queen of Pentacles kind of indicates to me that if you have grandparents or parents that are very close to you that may have passed away, this might be a shout out to you about them, saying that they're here with you. They know that you're going through this and they understand how you feel and they're rooting for you, but they also are kind of like patiently guiding you. It's something that you have to go through right now. It's some part of your spirit's development to understand what's happening right now. And it may come back in the long run to help you guide someone else. But some other message that I'm seeing here in the King and the Queen of Pentacles is their advice. I'll start with the TikTok though. So something about TikTok is, this is kind of showing me that you might be worried that that was your last chance. That was it. And that there's no coming back from this, and you're worried that you've run out of time. So for some of you, you know, maybe you got divorced, you didn't have children, you want to have a baby, you're getting older, and maybe you're running out of time, and you're thinking, oh my God, that was the last chance that I had for this life thing, and now it's gone. This card is kind of simply saying that this is divine timing, basically, right? You kind of saved yourself if this was like a situation where you had to leave, but say you, like this situation regarding like a divorce and you wanted kids. What this is saying is if you had kids with this person, you would be stuck with them and still have to get divorced. You know, this person and you would not have been able to save the relationship, even if you did have children. And this is kind of saying that this sort of thing, whatever it is that you want to be happy, the happiness will come in divine timing. You know, like these sort of things are happening to avoid something worse in the long run, really. But what this is saying also, this is also reassuring you, specifically you, that there's still time for you to reach whatever goal that you wanted to reach. Your time has not run out. There is still more for you to achieve. This wasn't your last chance. This is what this is reassuring you. The Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, these are kind of advice. Now, they could be representing those grandparents of yours or parents or, you know, male and female figure. But they can also talk about things like where to allot your energy. Now that you're kind of on shorter strings, right? Your purse strings are not as, what does it say, long or short. You shorten the purse strings. What it's saying is that now that you're kind of on working with less, you need to be very careful with how much you give. Now, this can be energy, this can be money, this can be affection, whatever it is. You need to have enough for yourself. This is your strong suggestion. Do not overexert yourself. Do not overcommit to things like, you know, doing favors or spending money. Don't overcommit to it. You need to have enough for yourself. That's the thing about the King of Pentacles, is he just does not give things away. That's not how he makes his millions. He didn't just give it away. He sees quality in things, and that's how he spends his money. And then he keeps it to himself if he thinks that it needs to be there. Now, he's not completely greedy. He's generous too, but he's very decisive in what it is that he chooses to give other people. Some of you may have been a little bit too free with your generosity, and in some cases maybe you have been taken advantage of, or in the future, given your vulnerable state, you could be taken advantage of, and this is warning you to be wary of that. The Queen of Pentacles is somebody who is very caring and nurturing, and she'll take care of you and the kids and everybody, but she knows where to draw the line and where it starts to overtax her and where it starts to drain her dry. So this is saying that you need to be very aware and conscious of your own energy and your own limitations, and you need to be able to set a limit for yourself on how much you're going to give. And at some point, you know, people throughout your day will ask you for things, and then there's at some point you're just going to say, no, I'll do this tomorrow. So that's what the suggestion is over here. Now, something to be said here about the King of Wands. The King of Wands is actually a gambler. Now we're back to the gambles again, right? But I also have the Six of Wands. So this, I think, is a subtle hint that the gamble that you took may have good results eventually. So you might not see it right away, but the King of Wands is here to remind you that maybe the gamble or the sacrifice that you made was worth the risk. And you may need to try to look past your immediate discomfort and try to see what that is exactly and how you actually saved yourself some trouble somehow. So if you look back on your situation, you really did get yourself out of something. But what exactly was it? And it's going to be different for all of you. So that is the reading here, and I'm going to do the pendulum now. So if you want to think of a yes or no question, I'm going to throw the pendulum into motion, and it'll go clockwise if it is a yes, and counterclockwise if it's a no. So think of the question, the yes or no, and I'm going to swing this. I'm not intentionally moving it. It just needs motion to move, okay? So here we go. Think of your question. So going into motion and letting it swing. It looks counterclockwise, so I would say pile 1. Your answer is no. So you can also cross-check it with other piles if you'd like. You can find those timestamps below. I want to thank you for watching, and I'm going to move on to pile 2. Hi, group 2. This is for those of you that picked group 2. Sorry, I don't have an item today. So let's take a look here. I've broken this down into a couple things. We're looking at the immediate problem that you could be experiencing right now. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the the Knight of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. So what is this telling me? The current situation in your life may actually have to do with a coworker, a rival, a colleague, a boss, or somebody that you could be working with. It looks like this could be something that this person is doing to get under your skin. This is conflict. This is some kind of trouble within your work life. I want to say it could be your day-to-day life. But what I'm thinking... work is your day-to-day life, I guess you could say, but we do have Virgo energy here, so this is kind of representing your schedule, the things that you do daily. So I'm feeling this is your 9-to-5 job. The Queen of Swords here, though, and Five of Wands is kind of telling me that maybe there's some kind of misunderstanding or some sort of false information being said about you. This could be gossip, for one, or somebody sullying your name or dirtying your name. Something that is just a straight up lie in some cases. This could be done by an older woman. This person could be a boss or a superior to you because we have the Queen here. This person could be very sharp-witted. They could be a lawyer even. They could be somebody who, and if they're not a lawyer, they could be somebody that argues a heck of a lot like a lawyer. So this person is almost kind of intimidating. They might have a very sharp eye on you. They could be watching you. Now, it's not spying. This is definitely somebody who might be supervising, and that's why there might be this feeling like there's things that are getting reported that might not be true. This person, I don't know if this, in some cases this person could have a vendetta against you. In other cases, this person could just be a type A personality, and they may look down on everybody like this. So that might be what is currently bothering you here. Let me see the rest here, though. So how is this affecting you mentally and physically and emotionally right now? We've got the Judgment card. We've got the Moon. We've got the Hierophant, and we got the Four of Pentacles. Oops, which is upside down right now. What this looks like to me is this person is making you feel judged, obviously. You have a very sharp, critical eye on you right now, and it's making you feel exposed. It's making you feel fearful and worried. And with this here, I feel like you're kind of thinking to yourself, no, my values are being misrepresented. This isn't who I am at all. And you may not be able to really fight against it right now. In some cases, this could be your work ethic, or like I said, your value system. This could be your, your views on the world around you somehow have gotten out or something, or somebody's, maybe took something that you said the wrong way, and now they have these crazy assumptions about you. But the things that you hold dear to you are now feeling in jeopardy. We have the Four of Pentacles. So the way that I see this is that you may be in fear of losing your job, or in fear of losing something precious to you. So in some cases, this could be your reputation. This could be your reputation that is on the line, and you're trying to protect that at all costs, because if you don't have anything, the greatest, most valuable thing that you can have is your reputation. So this could be putting you in a state of depression, a state of fear, a state of worry. You may not be sure what's around the corner with the Judgment card. You may feel like maybe you're going to get fired, or maybe this rival of yours is going to backstab you and ruin everything that you've worked for. This is definitely paranoia at its strongest, it looks like, So you're definitely not feeling great right now, and it definitely looks like somebody is, you feel like someone is out to get you. So what is your guidance from Spirit in regards to this? So I've got the Never-Ending Story, which came out in reverse, so that's a protection message. The Star, and then the Five of Cups. So the Star is here. This is your reassurance, though. So you're in this hard time, and you're kind of trying to solve it on your own. This is your reassurance and advice. The Never-Ending Story is kind of here saying, yes, you know the true story. You know what is false. Well, what do you know about this situation that is true that may have contributed to this? So Never-Ending Story can talk about things that you kind of do that get you into these messes, and this might be saying that you can be on the defense about all these other things, but what things are true that have contributed, and you should consider what those are and see if it's something that you can do differently next time, or change, or adjust. Star card is here, though, saying that hope and healing is on the horizon, but Five of Cups is also saying that there's some work here that you need to do. It is telling you, though, you don't need to sweat the small stuff, because whatever this situation is, it's not as big and scary as you think it is. This is also something that advises you that if there's a situation that you can kind of you might be reluctant to eliminate, or some aspect of this situation that you're reluctant to eliminate out of fear. This is saying that if you're afraid of the loss that could be from making this change, the loss that could be is also an opportunity that could be gained. So this is saying that, if you don't take a risk, then you don't know what is going to, what opportunities you missed. If you don't take the risk, you can't open up something amazing to yourself. So if some of you are on the fence about something, quitting your job or doing something, or there's some aspect of this scenario that was cut, that could be removed or cut away, you may want to consider that, and don't let your fear of whatever you're missing out on keep you from really moving on to something better. So I didn't take this with group 1, and I felt bad, but I'm going to take this. I'm going to take a unicorn card, because these are my new oracle cards. I want to see if they resonate with this reading. Can I get one card for group 2 to give them a last message here? Last message for group 2. I'll take it. So the last one is innocence. Especially if you guys are on trial here with the judgment card. But it says innocence. Take time to play. Nurture your inner child. Live with a childlike sense of wonder. Yeah, so if you guys are scared about moving on from whatever this is and moving towards something where maybe your name isn't silly, like maybe you have to move to a different location where someone hasn't trashed your image, just try to see it as an adventure. Look at it as something that is exciting and new, and try to take an innocent approach to it. Try to see it as a new beginning, where you can be anybody that you want to be. And you don't need to be held back by whatever happened in the past or whatever reputation you ended up getting. So with that, I'm going to do your yes or no question. So clockwise is yes, counterclockwise is no. You can think of your yes or no question now, and then you'll get your answer. I'm going to swing this. I'm not going to move it intentionally. It just needs movement to swing. So think of your question. Okay, group 2, this looks like a strong no. Strong no. So that's it. So if you want to get a best 2 out of 3, you can go to another pile and fast forward and kind of cross-check it that way if you'd like. But with that said, I'm going to move on to group 3. Thanks for watching. Hi, group 3. So let's look into what Spirit wants to say to you, your spirit team, your guardians, your guides. What do they want to say to you? What message do you need to know? So I have the King of Wands, I have the Hanged Man, and I have the 10 of Pentacles. So for all of these, I have been taking cards to represent the houses. And for this one, I got the 11th house. Now, I didn't put it in there because I had to, there's only 12 of them, and I had to shuffle them up and everything, so I don't have it with me. But I did get the 11th house here. So what this is pertaining to is about groups, networks, your hopes, your goals, your future, things like that. And that's kind of what's on your mind right now. That's actually the biggest challenge that you could be experiencing at this moment in time. You could be waiting to get accepted into some kind of group. This could be a college, this could be a community, or you could be waiting on a friend perhaps. That could be represented here by the King of Wands in some cases. This could be Aries, I believe it's just Aries actually, or some other fire sign. But you may have recently had some kind of realization about this person or this community or this extended family. You may have gotten, you could have been waiting for some kind of money, maybe even in some cases involved in this group. and that's what you're kind of stuck on. And it could be waiting. Like the big thing about this is waiting, and then the community. So I'm really thinking like maybe you're waiting to go to school. Maybe you're waiting to go into IT, because the 11th house is also information technology in some cases, or networking of some kind, you know, or you're waiting to become a part of something right now. And at the moment, you really are tied up. Now, what could be holding you back for some of you, it could be an older person. It could be an older person's problems, even, could be holding you back, because this can mean problems created by older relatives, kind of obligations in some cases to family first. But whatever it looks like, you're very anxious to start. You're very anxious to get this going. So how is this making you feel right now? We've got the 8 of Swords, the 3 of Wands, the Page of Wands, and then I got this one, 9 of Cups. So with these cards, I'm really sensing that it is just a waiting game for you. Although I feel like the time, you're kind of getting like, you're like that person who's like sitting in class with their foot constantly like jiggling their knee over and over and over again, like, come on, we gotta go. You know, like this sort of pent up anxious energy. And I feel like that's kind of where you are. It's like you want to go, but you can't. Something or someone is holding you back from getting started, because you're all ready to go. You're ready to go. And the thing is this, what I'm seeing in these feelings, it's not like this is really tearing you apart, or, you know, it's not really something that's going to be, you know, bringing you down into a really terrible mood, because we have the 9 of Cups here. You're just really eager to go and get this thing done, to go be a part of this community, to go and get money, if that's the case. If you're waiting for money, you're waiting to get it because maybe that opens doors for you. But with the 8 of Swords, it's like you're really kind of trapped in your own personal hell that you've created, where you've got this constant energy to go, but, you know, everything around you is telling you to stop. And actually, that's very, very pertinent right now to this month of August. This is still relevant even if you're not watching this in August 2020, but right now we have something called a square to Saturn from Mars. So a way that a lot of people describe this is it's like putting your foot on the gas and the brake at the same time, or driving around with your emergency brake on. That's kind of what this feeling is. So you're probably all ready to start, all ready to go, but for some reason or another, an outside factor is keeping you from progressing where you want to go. So what is your advice? What is your assurance here? We've got a change in the wind. We've got the moon. And we've got the Page of Swords. So I'm thinking that whatever this is regarding, you're not really given too much direction as to what is going to happen next, it seems like. So maybe you're being held kind of with this, like, yeah, we'll get back to you when we get back to you. And maybe that's where a lot of this anxiety and this frustration is coming from, and worry and all that goes with it. I think that, you know, you're being given a very, like, vague answer as to what's happening next. So, you know, I feel for some of you, maybe your classes are delayed or canceled if you're going to school this month, or, you know, maybe you're waiting to hear from whatever inheritance this could be. They can't disperse the funds yet, and you're not really sure when, or, you know, something of that nature. Or maybe you've applied for a certain group to apply to be in some kind of group or club, and they're not going to tell you when you've been accepted. So with a change in the wind, it is a reassurance that things will change, things will get better. You know, just kind of enjoy things while the ride has stopped. You know, think of yourself on the top of the Ferris wheel, and you have to wait for other people to get loaded on, and you're at the top of the Ferris wheel. What can you see from there? You know, what value is around you? It's a suggestion to just stop and relax and smell the roses, because you may not get to smell the roses in the next few months. So maybe try to enjoy what it is that you have now, because you may miss it. But what this is telling me here with the moon and the page of swords is that a message actually could be coming in within the month, or within a month, or within, I guess one lunar cycle is the month. So that's kind of what I'm seeing with the moon and the page of swords. So you may be getting a message, maybe an email, a phone call, saying, okay, we've got the due date, we've got the date that this is going to happen. And, you know, it's just reassuring you that, yes, things will change. You're not going to be stuck forever, though it certainly feels like it. So let's get one card. I have these unicorn cards I got, and I wanted, unfortunately, pile one I forgot, because I'm not used to taking these cards. But I'm going to pull one for you guys, too. So, any extra advice for group 3, please? Any extra advice for group 3? Oh, I got somebody flipping. Flow. Ha 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 ha. Go with the flow, pretty much. Find an easier path forward. Surrender to the outcome. Or surrender the outcome and release your expectations. This is literally just the same thing I just told you. It's the chill card. You need to chill out. Take a chill pill. You need to relax and just enjoy things right now. If you've got the free time for the time being, pick up a small hobby, read a book, do something that you don't let yourself do typically. So for some of you, like maybe you guys are waiting to go back to work, and say you're, you know, you've been cut for now because of the current situation in 2020. So, you know, for some of you, you might be very frustrated, but if your things are being, if you're getting by, you're surviving, you're healthy, just try to enjoy the time that you have, you know. And it's hard for people to feel that way when they're being held from work, or they're being, you know, kind of confined to their house. As long as you have food, as long as you have air to breathe, and you have a place to sleep, I don't see any reason why you should be particularly concerned right now. Just go with the flow. The more stressed you get, though, the more dire your situation appears to be, then you become depressed, and you become anxious and worried, and you don't really want to spiral like that. So what you really need right now is to keep yourself busy. But in the meantime, just know that you may be hearing back from whoever this is, whatever this is, within the month, okay? Or if it's not who you thought it would be, you're going to have some kind of answer to this problem within the month. So the next step I'm going to do is the pendulum. So counterclockwise is no, clockwise is yes. I'm going to swing this into motion. Please think of a yes or no question. And I'm not moving it. I like to tell people I'm not moving it. It just needs movement it needs momentum to move. Okay, so pile 3, your answer is yes. A wide yes. Good. So if you want to get a best 2 out of 3, you can go to another pile and fast forward to the pendulum there, and I guess I'll move on. Thanks for watching. Hi, group 4. This is for those of you that picked group 4. I've really got to stop saying that. So, group 4. What's going on in your life? What is it that your spirit guides or your guide team wants to tell you? So, what's going on right now that you probably have your mind set on, the thing that's kind of lingering in your mind, has something to do with, could be a legal battle. If not a legal battle, it could have something to do with, it could be a financial thing. It could be between 2 people, or, you know, this could be you, or this could be 2 other people who are kind of causing you problems right now. This could be a relationship issue. For this one, I did get the 4th house. So that could be something within your home, within your culture, within your more personal life, your physical house. Because the 4 of Pentacles is here, though, I'm kind of wondering if maybe this has to do with some financial matter. Maybe there's a small savings involved. Maybe there's alimony. Maybe there's child support that may need to be paid. But whatever the situation is, this is definitely what's on your mind at the moment, what could be bothering you. What it looks like it could also be is that one person works a whole lot and maybe keeps all that money to themselves, or seems to spend it on themselves but doesn't seem to share the wealth. Especially if this is like a marriage issue, this person's kind of withholding. Another party here, which is the Queen of Cups, could be representing someone who is moody, somebody who plays the victim, someone who is maybe prying a little bit, a little nosy. So you could be a third party in this, being caught in between this. I mean, this could be your parents for, some of you. Some of you, though, one of these parties could be you. And you may have your reasons for being one or the other. But at the moment, this dispute or issue regarding finances or, items, it doesn't even necessarily need to be finances. It could simply be showing us that somebody is withholding something, or someone's being greedy with their time, or someone is being greedy with their items. Maybe they're being greedy with their food. If you share a refrigerator with somebody, maybe there's an issue regarding that. So how does this make you feel mentally, emotionally, physically? How does this make you feel? So we've got the Page of Pentacles, we've got the Five of Swords, and we've got the Knight of Wands. Well, you may be feeling kind of impulsive. You may be feeling kind of cluttered and confused. I mean, if this is regarding a living space, or if this person's withholding resources, maybe you're feeling like you just don't have your living place squared away. You may feel, you could be feeling like you're being accused of something, or may feel like, if you're not being accused, maybe you're feeling like, someone is holding out on you. Someone is getting what they want at your expense. Another way to see this is that if you're feeling rather reckless, it's possible that maybe there's something going on with you, maybe wanting to do something maybe illegal in some cases. And another thing I could see here is, or there could be a worry regarding a legal document, maybe because you're feeling disorganized, or maybe you don't feel like you have all the information, and you might be concerned that there's something missing, or something that might come across as something that is potentially illegal or reckless, or something of that nature. But I'm feeling that you may be disconnected. You may feel disconnected. You may feel isolated in your own home, or isolated within this family structure, whatever it is, But I'm thinking that what I'm seeing is this could be feeling, how to describe this? It's isolation, but it's also maybe somebody is kind of like making you feel like a child as well. So there's like a little bit of insult attached to this, saying that if you're not, one of these people, or you're not going with one of these people, you may be feeling like you have to have very little choice. So what is the spiritual guidance for you? What's encouraging to know? Okay, we have orphaned. So this can literally talk about unhealthy family structures. This can talk about a very woe is me attitude and feeling out of place. We've got the Five of Pentacles, and we've got Temperance. Now, something I'm noticing right now is if this isn't necessarily having to do with a family matter, this could have to do with a dorm experience, or like a cohabiting experience. You're just living with other people, perhaps. And the reason why I'm saying that is because Temperance is here, and then this one's here as well. So Temperance is talking about eventual integration and compromise, and Five of Pentacles is talking about assistance from friends, finding somebody to walk in the rain with, in a way. You know, because this is that feeling of that lack of mentality, but there's always this other person walking in the Five of Pentacles, somebody who's also in it with them. So if you're feeling alone and you're feeling out of place, don't try to have, and say this is like a dorm setting where you have to live with a person or you have to live with a new roommate for a short while, and you got set up with this person and you guys have nothing in common. This could be like something similar to that, saying that, you know, with orphaned, is you don't have to have these unhealthy structures. You don't have to be a doormat to be agreeable. You don't have to, you know, let people take advantage of you or let people push their opinions or their ways of life on you. You don't need to do that. So that's just something that you need to keep in mind. But if you are feeling lonely, there is somebody here who's willing to help you. And eventually you will integrate into the larger scheme of things better in the future. Just at this moment in time, you're feeling a little bit out of place. And I'm thinking that if this is a home setting that we're seeing here, a legal battle or something, it's definitely referring to one-on-one relationships with other people too. So it doesn't necessarily have to be, like I said, like a domestic home that you're sharing with a spouse or something. It could be like a best friend or a roommate or something like that. And this is somebody who's like holding off. Somebody who doesn't want to open up, someone who doesn't want to get to know you. You know, so just know that eventually things will ease up. If this is a marriage situation, this is also saying that some help will come in for you. Maybe it's an existing friend. Somebody will be there for you, and this will balance itself out. This will become a more harmonious situation over time. You gotta stop a woe is me sort of mentality though, because once you get in that catastrophizing, that sort of like, oh, everything's always terrible, you can actually train your mind to be more depressed because you're constantly saying, oh, well, this always happens, or that always happens, or he always says those things, he's always acting like that. You got to try to avoid that, because that black and white thinking will contribute to depression and anxiety if you continue to do it. So you have to try to change your perspective, that you're not all by yourself. Not everyone in the world, they may appear to have it better than you, but they probably have it just as annoying as you. So just be aware that it's not, how you perceive other people on the outside is not as it seems, you know. So let me pull one of these unicorn cards, because these are new and I wanted to give them a shot. One card of advice, or not card of advice, but just one last message for group 4, please. Show me one last message for group 4. Please. Intuition. Listen to the whispers of your heart. Use the divination tools to help you decide. Trust your intuition, no matter what. I guess that just means what it means. I don't know how to extrapolate from this. Like, what do they want you to do with your intuition if there's a situation? Focus. 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 There we go. If there's a situation where you're having to like trust your gut about something, and this will matter for some of you, this may only matter for one person, but if you guys have an intuition about something, you're feeling like you have a gut instinct on something, follow it, I guess. Maybe for some of you, if you're having difficulty coping with your problems or coping with the way you feel, it would be a good time to try to get into tarot, because it's an excellent way of taking apart your mind and checking out your own psychology. So that might be something that you might want to get into to keep yourself active while you're waiting for things to kind of mesh. It may also help you understand other people in your life and maybe try to step into their shoes and see, you know, why do they act that way? What's going on with them? How do they feel? Maybe that is a route that you can take to, you know, help your situation. So I'm going to take a yes or no question. So please think of a yes or no question. Counterclockwise is a no, clockwise is a yes. So ask your yes or no question now. I'm going to set this in motion, but I am not intentionally moving it. It just needs movement to move. this looks like a pretty strong yes, I'm gonna say. So if you want to get your best 2 out of 3, you can go to another pile and fast forward to a pendulum part and see what you get. So I want to thank you for watching, and I'm going to move on to pile 5. Hi, pile 5. So what did we get? So we'll state the question. What is it that your guides, your spirit team, those who, oversee you spiritually, what message do they have for you? So what could be going on right now is a little bit like this. So interestingly enough, I got a lot of messages from this one when I was trying to kind of discern, because I wanted to read ahead of time so I can give better advice when I think about it. But from what I can see here, it does look like there's a couple things. One is this could be a sexual situation, because I have the Lovers, I have the Ace of Wands, I have the High Priestess. In a situation where it's showing up as a problem, we could be seeing this as some kind of sexual dysfunction. Maybe it's a relationship and the fire has died. Maybe you are unable to really become interested, or the other person is unable to become interested, and as a result it's kind of taking its toll, and every day the frustration might build up. Now this may not necessarily be like a physical thing. This could be somebody's mood, someone's feelings. Somebody could just be very busy and they just don't have time for this type of intimacy. Now if it's not an intimacy issue, and this was what's so interesting to me, is when I saw this, it kind of sort of looks like a tarot card reader. This looks like someone who could have a channel. And why do I say that? Because we have the High Priestess. We have the creative aspects of the Ace of Wands, a new creative project, something that is being put into motion. It's not just the idea. This is much, I would say that out of all of the aces, the Ace of Wands is that moment of, I have it in my idea and I'm doing it. And this is sort of talking about this, build up, maybe you aren't meant to be. Like, I feel that these are doubts, like it's too much work. There's too many people that everyone else loves. There's too many videos out there that everybody else enjoys. Where am I in all of this? That's kind of what I'm seeing. So let me see a little bit clearer though, how you actually feel about this situation. So interesting, again, we got the Lovers again when I pulled these. I got the Temperance and I got the Ace of Cups. So again, we have this deep love for whatever it is that this is really regarding. It'll be different for all of you, but it's either a deep love for whatever it is that you're desiring, whether it's this person, there's these feelings of sympathy and sadness, and sometimes for some of you, maybe you've met a new person and now you just don't know what to do with these feelings. Like, that's another way to see this. It's very interesting, because I'm getting like 3 things. I think I might have got a 4th one too, because there's just so much that this could be. There's so much intuition, so much feeling, so much romantic energy. With the Temperance though, for some of you, this is really the upright feelings, is calm, collected, feeling in harmony, feeling in sync. But maybe that energy, that passion, the sexual energy could also be like too much, that it's like distracting, or maybe you're feeling unable to express how it is that you feel. Maybe you don't feel connected with this person. Like, you feel connected to them, but you don't feel like they feel the same way. Maybe this is one-sided love. But I'm seeing this could also equally be a sadness over not really being integrated into whatever it is that you want to do. So I could see that you see all these extra things and all these people that are maybe being more successful than you, or have better videos, or have better chances in general. And I'm seeing that with these cards, it's getting to you. You wonder, how the heck can I do this thing that I love when there's so many things out there that other people like more? And it's just really fascinating to see that here. Because this does look like that sadness, that psychology behind this. Because this could be you here. You have this thing that you want to offer someone, or offer the world, or offer a love partner, a friend, or something. And, you know, maybe you've collected it for so long, but you cannot give it to them, you know? So I thought that was really fascinating to see that. And I don't know how many people those are going to resonate with. You guys, maybe some of you are in the category of all of these things. Maybe all of these things are happening to you at once. Maybe they're connected in some way, like a, you know, like a story that interweaves or intertwines. But your reinforcement, your, what's it called? I can't remember the word I was using. Assurance. The assurance that they're giving you is that, yes, this is where you belong. If it is a person that you are concerned will not accept you, this is where you belong. If it has to do with a community, like say YouTube or Twitter or Instagram, the people that you're competing with, you're there and you're in good company. And some of those people may be willing to help you, may be willing to be your friend, may be willing to assist you in whatever goals you want to achieve. It's just, you have to be yourself. You can't really fit into the mold of somebody else and, you know, expect your own unique experience. Is not going to happen. So you really have to stay with yourself. You really have to align yourself with the tribe. And even though you may be the one that's the weird colored sheep out of all the sheep, you're still a sheep. You still belong there, even though you're the weird, crazy rainbow one, you know? So some of the advice, or the more reassurance, I guess you could say, is again, 10 of Cups. You belong. If you needed to know you belong, you belong. If you're having difficulty, though, if this is some sort of sexual issue, this is saying that you still belong. This has nothing to do with you. If somebody's not interested in you, you know, or if somebody's not interested, if it's your spouse and they're not interested in you, you still belong. They still love you equally. This is still shared. The strength is here to tell you to just hang in there. You'll be okay. This person, if it's somebody denying you affection, they will move. They will change. It will get better. This person does love you. Whatever's happening to them is something on the side. If you have a community you want to be a part of, you belong here. Just hang in there. You will get it. You will fit in. If it is a romantic partner that you want to be with, they probably love you just the same. Hang in there. Things will improve. Don't you worry. So let me pull these unicorn cards. Did I put this back in the deck last time? Yeah, I think so. So these unicorn cards are new for me, so I wanted to use them. And I'm using them to get any extra last messages. So what last messages are there for group 5 before we move on to the pendulum? What last messages are there for group 5? I feel like this one really wants to come out. Let's see how relevant it is. Healer. You have powerful healing gifts. Have faith in your abilities. Have faith in your abilities. Stay true to your path as a healer. This may show that you may want to, well, for those of you who are in that one, I'm going to take another one because I feel like this is probably for those people that have that more spiritual community that they want to belong in. That's what it's saying. Have faith in your abilities. You really are as good as you think you are. For those of you that are in the situation where maybe this is a romantic issue, what do we need to know? What are the last messages? Passion. Do what excites you. Get fired up about life. Increase your energy levels. So if this is you that's having difficulty connecting with somebody, get excited about it. Find something to get excited about. I mean, if this is a sexual issue, if you're under 18, it's not for you. Get out of here. But if this is a sexual issue and you're an adult, a consenting adult, this is saying that maybe you need to find what excites you. Maybe the flame has died in your marriage or your long-term relationship, and you need to figure out what it is that you want or what you like. Maybe your tastes have changed. Maybe you like costumes now. You know, maybe you like weird new things that you haven't tried before. Now, I'm not going to get into too much detail, but you know, use your imagination. What have you not considered but thought would be fun? So for those of you that are in a situation of maybe a one-sided romance that you suspect, let's see. Okay, anger. Whew. Why is that? Safely express your anger. Use anger as a positive force. Honor all of your emotions as sacred. So if you're mad about this like one-sided situation, it's okay to be mad. You can be mad at them. You can be mad at you. What it's saying is you need to be comfortable with your feelings. You need to be able to express this in some way. So if you're feeling upset about a one-sided situation, you might not want to bottle it up. You may want to try to get out there and express it in some way, maybe a mad, angry interpretive dance, or maybe it's a poem or artwork or something like that. Maybe this person that you're in love with, maybe you just need to go up to them and say, I'm mad that you don't understand me, or I'm mad that you're not telling me what you need to tell me, or I'm mad that you're avoiding this, I'm mad for this reason or that reason. Sometimes you need to express how it is that you feel. And a lot of that is I statements, unfortunately. It's cheesy, but you need to go up to someone, and if they're treating you wrong and you really care for them, you need to tell them, like, hey, I really care about you. It really hurts me when you do this stuff, and I need you to stop or try to improve it because it's really hurting me. It's really affecting me. So this person may not know that they are affecting you so deeply and that you're as upset as you are. And they may have no idea that they're hurting you, to be honest. So you just need to make it aware. That's really the best advice there is for you here. So I'm going to do the pendulum. Please think of a yes or no question. Counterclockwise is no, clockwise is yes. Once you've asked your question, I'm gonna what am I doing here? Swinging it. Now I am swinging it, but I'm not moving it intentionally. I'm swinging it because it needs to get set into motion in order for it to work. Okay, so group 5, your answer is yes. So whatever your question was, the answer is yes. If you'd like to get a best 2 out of 3, you can go to another pile and use one of those to see if you can kind of get a good consensus there of whether it's yes or no. So I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you've watched the whole thing, I want to thank you for sticking around. If you'd like to promote me or help me out, I always appreciate a subscription and a bell notification. And if you want a private reading from me, my Etsy shop is in my description box below. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye now.